Wait times within St. Louis area emergency rooms are climbing, and you can mainly blame the COVID surge.
News 4's Gabriela Vidal is at Barnes Jewish Hospital detailing how this is bottlenecking access to health care.
Yeah, I did speak with BJC today, and here they tell me that their emergency rooms are experiencing higher wait times. That, of course, varies across different types of reasons people are coming here seeking emergency care. But they do say that they do see serious emergencies first, like they see them in order based on how important and how serious the medical condition is. However, with COVID-19 hospitalizations increasing and that impacting staffing shortages as well as challenges being able to care for all these patients, some types of care could take longer.
I do think that it probably is going to get worse because it is getting worse.
Crystal Frazier tells me her mother, a stroke survivor, was transported to the Barnes Jewish emergency room yesterday at around 5 p.m. after experiencing unbearable chest pains.
With her situation and with her stroke, I just didn't want to mess around with it.
Complications from her stroke left Frazier's mother permanently bedridden, so Frazier was grateful her mother was quickly put into a room.
You just see people that are waiting in a waiting area. They're scattered around. They're not on top of each other. They're very spaced out. It does look a bit overwhelming.
Then their own waiting began.
Luckily, my mother didn't have to be admitted, but by the time they saw her and they did all this CAT scans, they said my mom could leave. This was around, when I talked to the doctor, this was around 6:15. They said my mom could leave. This was close to 1 o'clock in the morning.
But patients who may need to be admitted, but not to the emergency room, could potentially be waiting even longer hours or days. The latest surge in COVID-19 is threatening hospital capacity and available staffing.
But when we start looking at our floor beds, there's no room on any of the inpatient units. So you become what we call a boarder. You are that patient in limbo. You've been stabilized outside of the emergency room. You're ready to go to the floor, but the floor does not have capacity. So you might sit in the emergency room, you may sit in a hallway bed, people trying to take care of you as best as they can, but not the same level of care as you would in an inpatient unit.
Frazier says her mother's total stay was 12 hours, in part because she had to wait for EMS to transport her back home.
But my mom didn't actually get home until about 7 o'clock this morning.
Both BJC and St. Louis Fire and EMS tell me the recent COVID surge is causing longer wait times for ambulances. Fire trucks still maintain an approximate 4-minute response time for serious and life-threatening medical emergencies. But even they've experienced medics contracting COVID-19.
They're short-staffed. People are out. Their own people are out sick. They're overworked.
And I did speak to Frazier about her own COVID-19 journey. She says she's actually had 2 cousins recently die from COVID-19. And she says she was actually one of the people in her family that was actually skeptical about getting vaccinated. But she says that because she didn't want to get anyone in her family sick or herself, she decided to do so and get boosted. Now, of course, this week, medical leaders have been stressing the importance of getting vaccinated, getting boosted, and going through mitigation measures like masking to prevent getting people in the hospital with COVID-19. Corey and Paige.